What's going on, guys? It's Dragonite Mike here, aka Elite Zephyr, whichever you want to call me, doesn't really matter. You can see I'm here on Showdown. I'm here to announce that I joined another draft league. Good times. I know I've been posting or trying to post UTL battles on the channel. I'm one of the founding admins for that league, so I've been trying to post videos and stuff like that. But a lot of stuff came up. I think I got like week 2, week 3, week 4, and then like week 9 or week 10, something like that. I don't know. I'm probably just gonna mash up all the replays into like a singular montage, but we'll see how that. Anyway, um, this week or today, I'm bringing you a video that is me going over the team that I drafted for PMDL, a league run by my boy Dustafish. Yeah, I don't actually know his name. I've known him for a while. He's a coach of the Mucha Haluchas in UTL, and yeah, he's harkening that team back for PMDL as well. So yeah, I'm just gonna get right into it real quick. PMDL season. No, that's not what I want. Draft picks. There we go. Okay, so my first 3 picks, my OU picks are my young boy Kaiba, Mega Gallade. I drafted him first overall in OU. Mega Gallade is good. The first draft league that I joined in recently, it was in like, I want to say it was like the start of last summer. Not last summer, the summer before. Or something like that. Maybe the winter last year? Yeah, winter of last year. I drafted Mega Gallade, and Mega Gallade just does miracles for teams that need like a hard-hitting offensive presence. It has access to Sword Stance, Close Combat, Drain Punch, Shadow Sneak, all the elemental punches, knockoff, pretty much anything you could ask for in a solid physical attacker. Next is Tapu Fini. Shout out to my boy Griff, Professor Griff, for he really helped me go through my draft this for PMDL because I actually played. He was coach of the Cleveland Charizards in UTL, and he came over to this league for like a power analysis, basically what 6-foot hacks was for season 3 of the UCL, and he really helped me go through the tiers as we were doing drafts and help me build a team or like build a draft that would be really good, mostly around Mega Gallade, but just in general would be good, solid draft team. And so after I picked Mega Gallade, and I was like, hey, help me build out my core, and he's like, alright, so you should either take Zygarde or Tapu Fini next. And so I'm like, alright, so I was going back and forth. I ended up getting both of them. The fact that I picked up Zygarde before anyone else did, I got him 3rd round, and I don't even remember what pick I was the 3rd round. I was I was in the middle in OU. But also I want to make a note that we did our draft before Zygarde was banned from OU, so he technically counts as an OU Mon for right now. Either until the end of the season or until I decide to drop him, and then no one else can pick him up. But that would just be a jerk move. Plus, why would I get rid of Zygarde? The only other Mon that I would want to get to replace Zygarde would be Garchomp, and I'm pretty sure someone else drafted Garchomp. Hang on, let me look. I have this up on my other screen. Yeah, someone else drafted Garchomp, so yeah, Zygarde was good, and Guard was still OU when we started our draft, and after I picked him, so yeah, so and then with PMDL, same with UTL, one Pokemon in each tier is allowed to be what we refer to as the Z Captain. So my Z Captain for OU is Zygarde, because who doesn't want to hit a solid devastating Drake or what's the ground Z move, Tectonic Rage, off of a +1 Zygarde. I mean, Zygarde's awesome. Going back to Tapu Fini though, Feeney gives me good hazard clearing, good hazer, someone to clear stats off of other setup mons. I don't exactly remember off the top of my head what Misty Terrain. I know it halves the damage from dragon type moves. Let me look this up really quick. Actually, I'm being super unprofessional here, even though you guys can't see my face. Misty Terrain. Prevents affected Pokemon from being affected by non-volatile status conditions. If an affected Pokemon is drowsy due to yawn, it's prevented from falling asleep. Rest will fail if used by an affected Pokemon. If Misty Terrain's in effect, Nature Power becomes Moonblast. Secret Power uses the animation for Fairy Wind and may lower a target's special attack, and Camouflage causes the user to become a Fairy type. Natural objects disappear and cannot be destroyed while Misty Terrain is active. So, yeah, Misty Terrain helps protect from statuses, which is convenient, especially considering, like, with Mega Gallade and with Zygarde, one of the biggest things that watching out for them, like that Feeney does watching out for them, is preventing them from being burned, which is huge because a burnt Mega Gallade or a burnt Zygarde is just horrible. And then Feeney in its own right is like a fantastic mon. It doesn't have access to reliable recovery, which is part of why it's not in Ubers, but it's still up there at OU because it has decent defenses, decent HP, stuff like that. Plus a good a good pool of moves like Scald, Surf, Moonblast, Nature's Madness, stuff like that. So moving on to UU. UU wasn't the best. I initially drafted Chansey instead of Tornadus Incarnate, but then as we get later into the draft, you'll see that I get pretty stacked up on normal types, and so I'm like, alright, I need to get rid of Chansey. What can I get in its place? And Griff was like, pick up Tornadus Incarnate. It's a mono-flying type. It's a good attacker on both ends. You know, you can run it mixed. You can do whatever you want with it. And I was like, alright, that sounds good. Plus, you know, Prankster Tailwind sounds really good to me. But then, so I picked up, my first round was Alolan Muck. And I needed Alolan Muck because between Zygarde and Gallade, I had a huge Fairy-type weakness. So I picked up Alolan Muck to kind of mitigate that Poison-type weakness. Or not Poison-type, Fairy-type weakness because it's a Poison-type. So, and I also know that Alolan Muck makes a good Assault Vest sweeper because you can run, you know, Gunk Shot, Fire Punch, Crunch, or Knockoff, and then, I don't know, does Alolan Muck get Drain Punch? Let's find out. It gets Giga Drain, but not Drain Punch. So I don't actually think, aside from Giga Drain, I don't think it actually has access, no, it doesn't have access to any moves where it would have recovery, but that's okay because Alolan Muck is still a really good asset to the team. Then I needed a fire type, and Entei was already drafted when it came back around to my turn, and I'll be honest, I completely forgot that Infernape was a thing. I should have drafted Infernape instead of Darmanitan because I picked like I had 2 or 3 picks up from the person who actually ended up taking Infernape, and I should have taken Infernape. But I got Darmanitan. Darmanitan's good. You know, Scarf Flare Blitz can punch through just about anything. Darmanitan has really good move coverage, and I could totally mess around with Zenma Darmanitan, run like a Choice Specs set with like Fire Blast and Psychic and all that if I really wanted to, but we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I needed someone fast and, you know, someone to kind of complete my Volt Turn core, which you'll see who the Volt part of the Volt Turn core is later down the line. And I already talked about Tornadus. Yeah, so it's good Prankster setup, Taunt, Defog, stuff like that. It's an alternative to Tapu Fini. If I wanted to run Tapu Fini as a more specially offensive set, I could run Tornadus as my support. Okay, so going into the lower half of Smogon into RU, we have Chestnut. Now, every draft league I've played in, these last few, like this last like 2 years or so, I've drafted Chestnut. Chestnut has just been so key for me in my draft league experience. It's so versatile as a defender. You can sweep with it if you want to. It gets access to moves like it gets access to bulk up. Spiky Shield is amazing. Rocky Helmet Spiky Shield is a hilarious way to chip through like a mon that's like scarfed or banded into like Outrage, for example. So like let's just say Garchomp, for instance. Scarf locked into Outrage against Chestnut. Takes damage from Rocky Helmet. I click Spiky Shield the next turn. It takes damage from Spiky Shield. I set up a Leech Seed on the turn that he hits me and takes damage from Rocky Helmet. I'm getting recovery back and he's taking damage from Leech Seed. It's really good defensive wall and he's really good at doing what he does, and I'm really glad that I was able to pick him up. I usually call him like Captain America or Steve Rogers just because the whole shield thing. So this is my joke. Next we have Yanmega. I'll be honest, I've never used Yanmega in draft format before. I don't really know what it does. I know it's fast, and I know it hits hard on the special side. So I'll have to see what... I'll have to actually see what Yanmega is capable of. I needed a bug type, and my original hope... I forget what I originally wanted in Yanmega's place. I think it was Galvantula, and someone drafted Galvantula. Yeah, someone else took Galvantula, and so I was like, alright, so I had Yanmega as my backup for Galvantula. And so I was like, alright, just take Yanmega, because, you know, Protect, Speed Boost is always a good combination. PMDL allows dry baton passing, so basically you can't baton pass any boosts away. But Yanmega would just be there to hit protect, get a speed boost, and just punch holes through as many things as possible before it dies. That's kind of the its purpose. And just to be a fast special presence compared to, you know, Tapu Fini, who's going to be a bit slower, and probably Darmanitan, who would also be quite a bit slower. Next, my last RU pick was Porygon 2. Again, I'm absolutely stunned that Porygon 2 lasted until the third round of RU for me to pick up. But at the same time, you know, I got the Little Duck. Little Duck is good. I really don't need to talk much about Porygon 2 between Eviolite and Recover. It's so bulky, it's really hard to kill, and that's why I wanted it, so I was good with that. Now into NU, I picked up Diancie round 1 of NU because Diancie is... I needed a rock type, I needed a good stealth rocker, and then something that can set up, that can just kind of like sit there and spam attacks for a while acting as a wall. And my choices were either Diancie or Rhydon, and so I went with Diancie because having an extra fairy type, I mean, it's not bad. Looking at my team, I have plenty of mons that can check steel types. Gallade, Zygarde, Darmanitan, Chestnut. All check steel types, so I'm not super concerned about steel in the in this league's meta right now. Actually, I don't even know if anyone drafted any steel types. Hold on. Okay, LA drafted Celesteela. I should have figured that. Starfish drafted Registeel. Did anybody take... Okay, New Jersey took Aggron. Rome has Mega Mawile. San Jose has Lucario. Ajax has Excadrill. Huh, nobody drafted Steelix. Crazy. Oh well. But yeah, so I took Dancy. I needed a backup rocker to, no, it's my only rocker. What am I talking about? Yeah, ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's my, my Stealth Rock setter. And then next, so these bottom twos, like, this is where I got, like, super deep into having a bunch of normal types. I drafted Heliolisk because I needed a fast electric type, to kind of finish off my, my Volturn combo with, Darmanitan. And theoretically, like, I could run a Volturn combo with Tornadus and or Yanmega and Heliolisk, too, if I wanted to, but in theory, I'm probably only going to run, you know, like, I'll probably put Darmanitan and Heliolisk together, or I'll run Tornadus and Heliolisk together. Stuff like that is probably the only thing that's going to happen. Or even, like, if I'm building strong, if I really wanted to, I could go Ambipom Heliolisk for a normal core with turn potential. But I needed a fast electric type. There weren't any good ones in RU, or all the good ones in RU got drafted, and then we came down to NU, and I was like, all right, I need a fast electric type, and so I was either going to draft Alolan Raichu or I was going to draft Heliolisk. So I suppose in hindsight I could have drafted Alolan Raichu, but it would have been another dark type weakness, which is something I don't I mean, I have Mega Gallade for that to kind of check dark types and Chestnut, but like those are the only two. But at the same time, I have Mega Gallade and Tornadus to check fighting types, so those are the only two. So it was really up for debate. It really doesn't matter. But then Ambipom, again, another mon that I'm just thoroughly surprised made it to the bottom, like the last pick of NU, and I was able to get it. Like, the other two draft leagues I was in, I took Ambipom in Connor's league, round 1 of NU, because it was there, and I was like, ooh, Ambipom, good stuff. And then Ambipom was drafted round 1 of NU in UTL. I don't remember who took it, but I had my eye on it, and it got drafted, and I was really mad about the fact that I got sniped. So, but yeah, so that's the draft. Overall, this is actually season 1, not season 2. I feel pretty solid going into the first week. I'll actually this video won't be posted until after I've already had that battle. But I also want to like show off. So like you can see down here, this was Connor's. No, this was Connor's league. What was this? Oh, this was season 1 of UTL. And then this is UTL season 2 right here, which is actually kind of crazy. But there's a Mega Gallade again. My UTL, or my Connor's league, draft was actually really, really good. I had so many good mons, and like, look at that. I got Stack Attack around 3 in UU. Like, I put them down in the order which we drafted them. But then season 1 for URO, I'm so mad that I didn't do as good as I did with this team. Because just look at this. Landorus Incarnate, Victini, Mega Pinsir. Like, this team was bananas, and I still did horrible with that. UTL season 2, I actually did pretty good. I ended up getting a handful of free wins because people just kind of dropped off towards the end of the season. But I finished 7-8, and there is a possibility that I could still make the playoffs with that league. So we'll see how that goes. And then I'm just really excited for how PMDL is going to go. I'm actually really confident with this team. And so, like I said, since this video won't be uploaded until after I've already had the battle, I'm just gonna give you guys a sneak peek of my season 1 of my week 1 team, I am playing against Mucha Haluchas, aka the Starfish. So yeah, so I'm ready to go at him. I'm going all in with this. I'm just ready. This is how things are gonna go. Yeah, these spreads are actually pretty standard. I tend to build pretty standard. Hold on, I have 4 IVs missing here. 1 second. There you go, Gallade. Have a little bit of HP. Yeah. So we got Colgate, the Zygarde. Ground. He's gonna be my Z mover with Dragon Dance, Earthquake, Outrage, and Glare. My hope is to at one point get Colgate in against his Mega Swampert and Glare it, so Mucha built Rain. He went hard for a Rain team. So I didn't bring Darmanitan, but I am messing around with my Tornado spread runs Hurricane, and my Heliolisk runs Thunder instead of Thunderbolt. I'm sure he's going to be trying to keep the rain up as much as possible. I wouldn't be surprised if he goes like Damp Rock Politoed or something like that. So but yeah, that'll be interesting, and I'm actually kind of hoping that Heliolisk with Thunder will be able to come through and take out either like his Toad or like maybe his Halucha, because he drafted Coco Halucha again. I don't know how we managed to let him do that. But that's just a crazy spread. But then I just have I have Mega Gallade here ready to fight some people. I put Fire Punch on Mega Gallade here because his entire RU draft is weak to fire, so he's got Registeel, Serena, Fortress, and so I'm packing Fire Punch on Gallade to take down Serena and Fortress, and then Swords Dance Close Combat should get rid of Registeel. Then we have Clambake, the Tapu Fini with Defog, Haze, Moonblast, and Nature's Madness, max HP, max special defense, and 4 in attack, or special attack. Fini's just here to clear hazards, spike setters with Haze, and then spike setup mons with Haze, and then either Moonblast away or Nature's Madness, some of the more bulky mons to cut them down to size for either a sweeper or for herself to take out later. Then we have good old Steve Rogers, like I said, Rocky Helmet, Spiky Shield, Leech Seed, and then Spikes and Seed Bomb. Cap Rogers, Steve is really just here because Mucha drafted Mega Swampert, so he was going hard for the rain. So old Steve here should hardwall Mega Swampert pretty easily, and I'm almost positive that after Rocky Helmet damage and maybe some spikes or two, old Cap here will take out Swampert. And then I have Rocky Laika, the Tornadus, and the pun here is Rocky Laika Hurricane from that old I think it's Scorpions. Yeah, I think it's the Scorpions. That old song, that old rock song that's on. I think it's Guitar Hero 2. It's 2 or 3. Actually, I think it's 3. Yeah, it's Guitar Hero 3. Rocky Like a Hurricane. So he's just here. He's here as a secondary defogger in case Fini goes down. He's also taunt to stop setup, whereas so he's the proactive set against setup mons, and she is the reactive. So taunt to stop setup and haze to get rid of stat boosts. And then Hurricane, because again, I think he's going to be trying to keep the rain around as long as possible, and so that's just a nice hard-hitting flying type move that is 100% accurate in the rain, so yeah. And then same with Thunder, and then Heliolisk down here as Focus Sash, because if I can get him in against Mega Swampert before the rain goes up, I can hit him with an HP Grass, live a hit, and then knock him out again, or knock him out on the next attack with another Hidden Power Grass, and then he's really just kind of served his purpose at that point. So, yeah. I'm pretty confident with this team. I was pretty confident when I built it last week. I think it was towards the end of last week, and I'm still pretty confident in it now. We'll see how that battle actually goes. And so, like I said, Zygarde was banned from OU after the draft already started, so I actually have to do my battles in Ubers now so that I can use Zygarde. But yeah, there's your little sneak peek into the team that I'll be using for week 1. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and keep an eye out for more PMDL videos. I'm going to try and keep recording to PMDL a little more religiously than I did to UTL, and then also keep an eye out for playoff videos from UTL. Regardless of whether or not I make it, I'm going to record or try to record the playoff battles as they occur. Maybe get a guest recorder or a guest commentator or 2. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more. See you later.